The only consistency in college athletics is change, and nowhere is that more apparent than on a jobs board. How often have we scrolled through a job description thinking, this sounds so intriguing, but what does this position really entail? We're excited to sit down with senior leaders from across the country to get more color and context on their openings. What's it like to live in that marketplace? Is it a great place to raise a family? What's the vibe on campus? What else is there to do in my spare time? This and more from D1 Ticker. I'm Steph Garcia with D1 Ticker, and I'm joined by Fairfield Athletics Director Paul Schlickmann to discuss the new Associate AD for Development role with the Stags. So, Paul, the second sentence of this job description mentions men's and women's basketball. That's pretty interesting if I'm a reader looking at this. Why are these two programs so important to the future of Fairfield Athletics?
Well, I would start off by saying I think it's obviously of critical importance to every Division I athletics program, particularly at programs where those that don't have a football program. It's the high tide that raises all the boats, unequivocally. We strive for a championship caliber experience with all of our programs here at Fairfield, and we want to support them all to that degree to have the opportunity to compete for and win championships. But certainly with the onset of a new arena, which we're happy to see evolving by the day here and seeing that framework go up, and in anticipation of that being up, or excuse me, us walking into that building a year from now, there's a very critical need for us to continue to focus on our fundraising efforts with those two programs and make sure they are positioned for success.
So are there any tangible ways that this hire can help keep this momentum going, the momentum from this $45 million Convocation Center?
Sure, I think so. I mean, I think it's someone who will fit the progression and the momentum that we have going and can equal that and perhaps take it to another level. We're coming off a year with our men's basketball program where we made a run to the finals. We've got a great coaching staff in place. We've got some incredible student athletes, all of whom are back. We've got the momentum of with all our constituents of seeing this arena come to life. It's been talked about for a long time here. So, and then we've been fortunate to have some very real, tangible results from the passionate support of a key group of individuals that we're calling our Super Stags, who have been incredibly generous to our programs, those two in particular. And we want to continue to build that momentum. We've got a challenge grant in the making, or a challenge gift in the making for that as well. So taking things, capitalizing off of that momentum and what's already been put forth and just taking it to another level so that we can continue to optimize those programs' ability to succeed.
So let's imagine that I am a Power 5 director of development or a group of 5, assistant AD for development, and I'm interested in this job, but I'm a little bit worried about getting off that FBS path. How can being part of Fairfield Athletics help me level up throughout, the future of my career?
Yeah, great question. I think, in my view, and I say this from a perspective, I've never been at an FBS or Power 5 institution. So that's the disclaimer on this in terms of perspective. However, I do believe that any professional opportunity that any of us engage in is most importantly about the people and the place. This place is incredible on both fronts. We have a senior leadership team led by a president that is the best group of people I've ever been around. We have a president who believes in athletics as a vehicle to enhance campus spirit and pride, to enhance, use athletics as a vehicle to achieve national prominence, and most importantly, focus on the primary aspect of enhancing the student experience. So we've got people who believe, and we've got an alumni base that is incredibly passionate about SAG's athletics and supportive of it. And we're on an incredible trajectory. We have experienced unprecedented success and growth, particularly in the last 4 years under Dr. Nemrick's leadership in every facet of our operation, be it our infrastructure, be it our academic programs, be it our rankings, be it the growth of our endowment. So we are lights out as an institution right now. And I would like to think that, and I believe the results bear it out, that we are on a similar path athletically. We have achieved great growth and success as an athletics program. We aspire to that same sense of national prominence. Namely, we want to be a premier mid-major Division I athletics program. We want to establish a student athlete experience in all of Division I that is second to none. And so I would say, if I'm a advancement person seeking an incredible opportunity with a lot to sell, being a part of an institution that has great values, that is going to see continued growth, and you can be a part of showing incredible success individually with your own task at hand, but also be a part of something special as we continue to grow and help establish an athletics program whose best days, I truly believe, are yet ahead of us.
So let's talk a little bit about trajectory, specifically culture trajectory. So we just had a conversation with San Jose State AD Jeff Konya about, he was sharing with us his philosophy about how, a new leader comes in and there's 4 to 5 years of culture change and growth. You've been at Fairfield now for 4 years. Can you tell us a little bit about the culture within Stag Athletics that you've developed?
Sure. Yeah, I would love to. We talk about it every day, all the time. It's right on, it's on my desk every day.
Love that.
These are our core values and our culture commitments. I look at them every day. I think about them every day. Every decision we make is about that. We talk about total human development. We talk about a championship caliber experience for all our athletes, and adhering to our Jesuit values, and doing so in a way that is translational to our business, our entity, our student athletes, and our coaches, et cetera. And so the hallmarks of ours are Stags compete, Stags care, Stags lead, Stags grow. And everything we do falls into one of those buckets. And everything we do to try and help our athletes and our coaches succeed is somehow encompassed in one of those. So that's what we're all about. And I do believe that has taken good hold here. We've worked very hard on. We took a deep dive into that early on in my tenure, and continue to work hard on it daily. But I do believe it's a sense of culture and family and team that is palpable, that I think is reflective of our university community, reflective of our way of doing things as an athletics department that has really taken hold. So it's something we're really proud of. I now hear our own athletes talking about those same cultural commitments that I talk about without having to guide them to do so. So I think that's when you know that you have a culture that people believe in. It's a mantra of who we are. It's a mantra of who we aspire to be. And I do believe it's something that is a great selling point for not only our university, but our program as a whole. And that's why, if you tie it back to this position, in my view, and I think the results bear it out, that the way we do things, the values we espouse and adhere to, is a great selling point for our donors, because that's something that they believe in and they want to give back to continue to support and help us get to that next level.
So you mentioned community a lot in the university community. Tell me a little bit more about Fairfield, Connecticut as a whole. Why would I be attracted to moving myself, my family to this community?
Yeah, I would say it's one of the most beautiful towns in the state of Connecticut. It's a spectacular New England town. It is a great college town. We are literally minutes from the ocean. So we're right on the coast. We are less than 2 hours, a little over an hour by train to New York City. So it's incredible location geographically, being certainly in the heart of what one would view as traditional New England, but also being very metropolitan in its proximity to New York. It's an incredibly safe campus. It is one of, I'm biased clearly because I'm here, but I have been to either as a student, an employee, or as a visitor to literally hundreds of college campuses, but I don't think you'll find one that is prettier, nicer, better kept, shows greater growth in terms of its infrastructure than the one I'm proud to be sitting in right now. So spectacular campus that sells itself. If we get student athletes and their parents on campus, our odds of retaining them and getting them to come here goes up exponentially. And then, as I said before, the sense of community that emanates from just taking a walk around this place is certainly palpable. So it's a spectacular town, great campus community, great, extended community, and a wonderful place to go to school.
I'm sold. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us, Paul, and, go Stags.
No, big fan of you guys. Everything you do with the ticker, really appreciate it. Always appreciate everything you do for the Stags and what you do for college athletics. And thanks for taking the time to have me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.